Hello, my name is Paul Angus and I'm from the UK. I'd like to thank you for taking the next few minutes to listen and watch my video. I really appreciate that. I was talking with an old friend last week, Bob Dean. If you see me look down, I've obviously got some notes here, but Bob and I were talking and I shared with him some income results from a business I've just recently returned to. And what it did for me is the main point, not just the money. He said, being Bob, you need to make another video about what you've just told me, because it's not what you earned that is making the point here, it's what it did for you. And he's got a point. He said, this is what people really want to hear. Not all the hype that you hear on a lot of these business opportunities. So I thought I'd put this together today to give you an insight on what's happened to me over the last 4 weeks. So a month ago, I returned to a simple affiliate program that I first started back in 2019. I call it my quiet solution because it gives me the flexibility and the time to work from home in my own hours without the pressure and without worrying about money. And I like that. I quite like the ease of doing this. But back in 2019, I made extra money with it. And I also upgraded my car thanks to this. My testimonial was actually on the company website, on the presentation, and they liked it so much they left it there. So I was really pleased about that. Today, I no longer worry, which is really nice. Not because I won the lottery, not because I found some get-rich-quick scheme. I simply went back to something that I knew worked, my quiet solution. In February this year, I received a payout from a broken ankle injury that happened the year previously. And I wanted to upgrade my car again, only this time I don't do as many miles as I used to, but I wanted something bigger, something a bit more comfortable, but something a lot bigger this time. So I got myself what they call an SUV, and I like it. I think it's a nice look. It's a nice looking car. It looks even better with my own personal private number plate on it, as you can see. But this car had a 2.2 litre diesel engine. It had cruise control, heated seats, 6-speed gearbox, which means it's going to be low revving, which means it's going to be good on fuel, and a huge boot, which is really nice, and it's incredibly quiet inside when you drive it. It rather feels like a Range Rover, but without the expense of running a Range Rover. So I'm thrilled to bits with that. But to me, a luxury car is a car that you own. It's not a car that you've got on finance. So at the time, I was quite happy to put some of that money aside from that payout. I used it to pay some bills like you do, and I helped a friend in need, who's a real friend indeed. And the rest of it, I said, I'm going to upgrade my car again. However, 4 weeks ago, my lovely car sat outside my house week after week because I couldn't afford to fill it up, couldn't afford to fill the tank with fuel. Then I returned to my quiet solution, as I call it. Now, I only spend 1 to 4 hours a day doing 3 simple tasks. That's it. Sitting at my desk. And that's not every day, by the way. I don't work weekends, but I don't work 5 days a week sometimes either. Now, within a few weeks, the cash flow meant I could now fill my car with fuel, which is really nice, buy a takeaway without worrying about the cost of the takeaway, and stop stressing about the money, how long the money will last before my next pension payday, because I'm actually a senior citizen. I'm a pensioner. So that's my main income. It's a state pension. As you probably know, it's not a lot. Now, that's what this video is really about. Not chasing millions, just reducing the financial stress and getting back to some peace of mind, because a lot of us have not had peace of mind for quite a long time now. So now, let me be clear about one thing. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme that I'm going to show you here. Any income depends on your own efforts, the time you put into it, your consistency with it. My experience necessarily won't be the same as yours, because if I do something, I really give it that 1 or 2 hours. I don't get distracted. I try not to get distracted a lot, so I turn the television off. And as you might notice, my desk in my lounge faces the opposite way of the television that's behind me. That was a good work habit I learned some years ago. But you'll find this very, very simple. But if you're looking for a really good, simple affiliate business that you can build from home, I'd encourage you to take a serious look at this one. And by the way, no experience is required, because inside this affiliate business, inside the members area, everything there is laid out in simplicity form for everyone in short tutorial videos. So even if you've never done a business like this before, it shows you how to do it. It's absolutely brilliant. That's one of the reasons that people like it. So it might become your quiet solution too. Who knows? 1 second. Now, this is my week 4 update. So from my first video, and that video was called Don't Make Ends Meet, Make Ends Matter, because everyone's trying to make ends meet, aren't they? So if you haven't seen that video, you might want to take a look at that one too. That's obviously on my YouTube channel. Now, I'm going to show you my modest results. For me, the biggest benefit hasn't just been the extra money. It's been less financial stress, not worrying about things paid on a certain day, and more of peace of mind. That's the real thing for me, obviously being 67 years of age. But like many people, I felt the impact of the cost of living crisis. You know, my food has doubled since last year. Fuel's gone up by 30%. It went down a little while ago. Now it's shot back up again. So it's all got out of control, isn't it, really? But, you know, the fact is, we all need a solution to this. We've got to find something to combat that, because if you're in the job world, you just can't go and ask for a job. If you did, you could jeopardize that job. That's just the way things are going. My quiet solution, it keeps paying me every time I return to it. So I returned to it 4 weeks ago, and I'm not going to go anywhere now. I got distracted with other things, not going to do that anymore. But you know, every time I go back to it, it returns and it pays me real money. And what it pays me is a minimum of $100. Now, in the UK, that's about 75 to 80 pounds based on conversion rate, but it's a minimum of $100. So it's quite nice to get those instant payments, and it's actually member to member. So we're not waiting for a company to pay us. We're not waiting for someone to tell us it's left in a wallet and we can't access it. Whoever enrolls with us is going to pay us and me and you direct, and I quite like that because you're in full control of your business. I think that's really good, and that's over and over that $100 bill. So getting that 75, 80 pound a day, you know, sometimes it comes in daily, sometimes it's weekly, but you can sit at your desk by yourself. You don't need to speak to anybody, you don't need to make any calls, and you can work the hours that you want to suit you. That's what I liked about it, and I need to get back into this. But when you enroll with me, or the person who invited you to come and take a look at this video, we're going to send you a video of one of our leaders, a guy called Dan. And I worked with Dan back in 2020-21. And that video will show you what can be achieved with this business. So it's not something that's, you know, oh, it's only going to bring in a little bit of money. No, it can bring in whatever you want it to, whatever you want to take it to. Because Dan got his income in excess of $21,000 a month. Now, for me, that's not what I'm looking for personally. I'm looking for an extra $2,000 to $3,000 a month on top of my pension. If I got that, that would be absolutely great and allow me to have my little place in Spain or Greece. Greece is probably on the cards now. I've lived in Spain and it's nice, but I think Greece would be good. It would also allow me to pursue a passion that I've had for a while now, which is to get my pilot's license. I want to get one of those gyroplanes. They look like helicopters, but they're smaller, but they're incredibly safe and they're great fun. And they're actually easier to fly than a helicopter or a light aircraft. Now, I'm not going to say I'm going to go out and buy a brand new one, but I could lease one with what this could do for me because I know how it works. And so this is perfect, this business, really, for people who are students. Rather than go working in bars, they could sit at home safely and they could do this half an hour, 1 hour, 2 hours a day, and it can bring some money in for them. It's good for parents who don't want to have to look for another job when they come home from their current one. And it's good for people like me, retirees, because, you know, I promise you, people think that when we retire, we've got this big stash of gold waiting for us to sort of enjoy the rest of our lives. The reality is we're living on 30 to 40% less than what we were struggling on for the last 30 years. So life isn't good. We do need an additional income, but it needs to be simple. It needs to be legal, ethical, and it needs to, have some substance behind it. This particular business that I've come back into has actually been going since 2018. As I said, I joined it in 2019, and it's also a global business as well. So wherever you're looking from around the world, if you've got an internet access, you can do this. Now, there's a little success reminder on a whiteboard behind that camera, and it's above my desk, and that little reminder is a good reminder for me, and it helps motivate me. It says, the magic you are looking for is in the work you're avoiding. Sometimes we put things off. We need the money, we need the cash flow, but we put things off because there's a little bit of work involved. And with this business, with my quiet solution, there is a little bit of work involved, but it's good work and it's honest work, and I think you're going to enjoy it. Because now, nobody's really got time to waste, have they? Nobody's got the time. Time goes so fast now. And when you realise that it's not just one more day, one more week, it's one less day, one less week. And that's quite, when you get to my age, it's quite frightening. You think, well, I want to get all this done. Well, I've got to get on with it. So, you kind of find that you start doing things that matter. And that's why my first video said, don't, do what matters to you. You need to do what matters. Don't just make ends meet, make ends matter. And a lot of people came back to me and said, you've got a point with that, but giving our time to something, we can't waste time, but it's got to matter to you. Doing things that matter to you, that have real value, for one, and also bring you money in for your time. We can't be doing things, looking at things that don't bring us our money in. Now, personally, with this business, with my quiet solution, I've personally made $100, $200 a day using this system, which is fantastic working from home. Now, can you imagine $100 a day income? $100 a day, you've got one of them a day, every day come in, 75 to 80 pounds. Now, where I live I live in a little tiny village, but I'm on the Lincolnshire, Nottingham borders. But the towns around me, 10 miles away, that's an average day's work. That's 8 to 10 hours work for a lot of people, that kind of money. And we can we can earn that sitting at our desks. Quite remarkable. Part-time, by the way, part-time. Now, that was my goal. That is my goal, is to actually get one a day. Get one enrollment a day, which would be $3,000 a month, £2,250 a month on top of my pension, would be rather nice. But I had another $200 a day last Friday, which was quite exciting for the weekend. So I had a good weekend, a fantastic weekend, thank you. Now, it's an easy decision, this business. It is actually a very easy decision because the price is low, the work is simple, and it's a one-time enrollment fee. So this isn't something that you'll always be shelling out money for. I know some people get into various things and they put a certain amount in and they've got to keep topping it up or they've got to keep paying. So with this business, it's actually under £100 in the UK to get involved in this. Now, if you're in the United States or anywhere else, it's $129 US. So it's not a fortune to get into business that can pay you $100 over and over and over and over and over again without you putting any more money into the business. So there are no monthly subscriptions, there are no monthly upgrade fees. Out of that $129, 29 of it goes to the admin, that goes to the company, and they use that. It's a very low admin, by the way. You will not believe what you get for your money. They will set you up their ready-made money-making website, and trust me, it is a money-making website. It's just brilliant. And inside that website, it's got everything that you normally have to pay for, all included. There's no gotchas, which is quite nice. Everything you need, the step-by-step that help you set up, is all there. It's absolutely fabulous. And they don't even charge you hosting for your website. So the website you're going to see later, which is the company presentation, that's what you'll get with your link all the way through it. But there's no hosting fees even. It's absolutely superb. Now, you get the other $100 every time someone says yes. And they say yes quite often, trust me. So that's $100 or 75 to 80 pounds in the UK. Now, one a day. Would that be quite nice? Wouldn't that be quite nice? One a day. Just think about that. Cash flow, as I call it, cash flow. I made something up a little while ago. Somebody holding a mobile phone. We all have these, don't we, on the mobile phones? You've got a calculator on your mobile phone. But you just look at this. If you did this extremely part-time, and you did one a month, it's an extra $100 a month. If you did one a week, it's an extra $100 a week. It's $400 a month. Imagine one a day, $700 a week. Two a day. I had two on Friday. It's not the first time I've had two. I had two on Friday, $1,400. That's over $5,000 a month. Well, I'm only looking to make two to three thousand, and that's still part time. The work that we have involved here, it just takes a little bit of your time. It's the same work. It's nothing different, but it gives you cash flow. So this is what Bob wanted me to tell you. Now I've told you. Okay, it's quite simple. We just do 3 simple tasks repeated every day, and I knew the money would start to come in again, and it did. And I was thrilled. 4 weeks ago it started. I have no stress now, and I've been stressed for quite a time now, well over a year. But when I come back into this, last time it was 2024. From the start of I think it was start of November until like the first or second week in January, it started working for me again. And as you can see on there, that's 3,000. I got 3,000 just from November till January, 3,000. And even over the Christmas and New Year period, when you think people are taking it easy, people were still sending me $100 saying, I want to come into your business. This looks really good. Great. Because once you get this, it's yours for life. I got it in 2019. And when I first time I went back to it after I got distracted, I thought I'd have to pay again. And to be quite honest, I was happy to pay again because I knew it worked. It got us money to go out for dinners in the past. It upgraded my car, as you'll see on the company video. So I knew it was going to work. But there's no more money to pay. I'll come back into it in 2024. Made another 3,000. No money to pay. Once you bought it, it's yours. It's always yours. It always sits there. It doesn't disappear. And I was really thrilled with that. So, the main thing I was looking for now when I came back 4 weeks ago was my goal was to get 5 enrollments in this month, in this past 4 weeks. And then I would earn $500, so extra part-time. So $500 here is £400 on top of my pension. It doesn't sound like a huge amount, but I tell you what, it makes a huge difference because, we've all got direct debits, standing orders, things that have got to be paid throughout the month. And then all of a sudden, you don't just go shopping once in a month, you go shopping there, and then 2 weeks later, you need some more, then you need some more fuel. And we're all waiting for that payday, whether it's wages or it's a pension or whatever it is. We're waiting for payday. And sometimes other things happen before payday, don't they, as you know? So, that extra $500 that I wanted to get, that extra £400, would make a huge difference. But I didn't make an extra 500. I made an extra 600. And I thought, wow, that's going to be great. That's fantastic. But it wasn't the end of the month. So by the time I calculated the end of the month, I got another 2 payments on Friday. It went up to 900. I was only looking at 500. So you can see, I thought this is going to be great, working 1 to 4 hours a week. Inside your back office, you can go into the members area and you'll see it like that. You'll see all the people here. I deleted the names, obviously, because I don't want to keep things private for people. But when I look at that, it gives you the dates. Obviously, I took this photograph a couple of days ago, but it's got when it actually happened. $100 23 minutes ago, $100 1 day ago, 3 days ago, 7 days ago, 11 days ago, 11 days ago. So you can see there, that one and that one, that was the 200 in the 1 day. And I thought, wow, how good is this? And I don't think I was home much that day. 16 days ago, another 100. 1 month ago, 100. And a month ago, another 100. So that's probably another $200 day. So, I was really pleased with that. I was looking to make an extra 500 in my first month, and it went to 900. Who knows what it's going to be? But people are getting to understand that this is a business that they get to keep. It's a business they're in control of. So unless someone sends you member to member, they send you that $100. You don't, in your members area in your website, you don't press the approve button to release that money making website. So you're in full control over it, which means we can't be cheated. How many times have we been cheated in business? Can't happen here. They pay the company first, the $29. The company emails you, me, and says, you've got a new member. They're looking to join. Go and check your ways of making money. Go and check your processes. We can have a variety of ways that we can accept money. Personally, I use Western Union, Monzo, Revolut. I could even have a link to my bank, and I can also use cryptocurrency to go to my bank, which has got a card. So there's various ways that you decide how you want to be paid. You go there, you have a look, you press the button. What are you really doing? You're helping someone have their own quiet solution business where they're going to have minimum $100 payments coming in time and time again, as long as they do a little bit of work. And I'm not saying you've got to do 10 hours a day. It's part-time. Do half an hour, do an hour, do an hour and a half. Whenever you can fit it in, do it, because you'll be surprised how it accumulates. And as you see things in the future, you're going to have a lot of adverts out there which they teach you how to do. And they're all free, by the way. We don't even pay for the adverts. But when I get asked what I do, it's quite funny, really. Some people ask me what I do, and I just, I usually answer, I'm in show business. They go, oh, really? What kind? I show people my business. Now, that's all I'm doing here. I've kind of showed you my business. I've told you a little bit about what it's about. You haven't seen a full presentation yet, but I'm only going to show you my business. Now, that usually gets a little bit of a laugh and a chuckle, and then they do what? They request to see it. They want to see it. What does that mean? They want to see it. I've got a little business card idea. I've had these for years. Now, on that business card, these are so cheap. I use a company in Birmingham. I think they're about £24-25 for 1,000. But on that card it says, if you share a good idea often enough, you eventually fall on good people. And when I give that to somebody, they read it and they kind of smile and they go, oh, so I'm a good person then? I said, well, I think so. Otherwise, I wouldn't have given you my card. I only really want to work with people that I think I'm going to get on with. On the back of that card is, my message. And it says, it's simple. I've had this for years, but it's very applicable to this. Simple home-based business that can create the lifestyle you want part-time. No selling or recruitment involved. Fully automated system pays daily, which it does. Email me now. I've got my name and my email address on there. I don't put my phone number on there. I don't want calls at 2 o'clock in the morning. Now, you might have noticed, I don't ask anyone for their email address. They go, oh, why not? So because I've offered you my card and my name is on it and my email address is on it. And if you're half serious, you'll get back to me. Another business card that I had made up a while ago, and I'm going to get this done again, looks like this. Looks like a £20 note, doesn't it? Money. If we're in the money business, let's do money. But on the inside is a message about my business opportunity. How good is that? Imagine leaving that as a tip. Imagine just talking to someone. I've done it many times in the shop. Said, this is for you. They go, oh, no, I couldn't possibly take it. No. The real money's on the inside. And you open that, and it's actually printed on paper that feels like that plastic paper that we have in the UK now. It feels and looks like a £20 note. Clearly, you can't get done for fraud because you haven't got to be a rocket scientist to realise it's not a real £20 note. But I'm going to put that message on this card, and again, they're very cost effective. How many people could we help with this? Do you think other people need the help that we're looking for? Would $100 to $500 a month help you make ends meet? Of course it would. Would it help other people? I think we've got to get away from this large, silly money that we've all been talking about for the last couple of years, because I don't see anybody actually making it. Actually, it's very rare you see anyone making any money at all. But, the question really is, would you like to get set up in the next 24 hours? You can be rocking and rolling with this just like I did. A month ago, I come back into this, right? Let me give myself a refresher. I went into the website, went into the getting started button, and just reminded myself what are the basic steps to get going. But after you watch the company presentation, you can get going. So you can get going as quick or as long as you like. It's up to you. But I just think When you need a solution, here it is. It really is. Now, a wise person once told me, let people do what they want to do so that you can see what they'd rather do. Think about that. How many people have we spoken to in the past? Oh, I'd love to get into business. If only I could just find something to get me an extra 100 or 200 a month, 200 a week. And then you offer it to them and they do what? They talk right and they walk left. So, talk right and walk left. But, that's what people are like. But, if you let people do that, you can see, pay attention to their actions when there's no pressure. There's no pressure in this business. That's why I absolutely love it. I don't remind anybody about this. If I've shown it to someone, I don't go pestering them. I've shown it to you. And I don't chase people. We have no need to chase anybody. People make time for what matters to them, don't they? They show up for what they care about. And out of that 9 people that enrolled with me there, 6 of those were ladies, clearly go-getters. Well done, ladies. So just watch what people choose. Are they going to choose something that's under £100 one time, $129, to get started, and they have a business of their own that will show them exactly what to do and how to do it? And I think when I first started in 2019, I think I got my first payment on about the 3rd or 4th day. I just wanted to get to know what to do. Let me get this out there, and I got it out there. And I never went on social media. I don't even show this on my Facebook now. It's not on social media. Don't need to. I haven't shown it to a lot of people that have lost money with me in the past either. I know they need it, but when they realise that I'm no longer stressed and they can see that and life is better again, they'll ask me, and what are you doing? I'm in show business. I'm still in show business. I show people my business. Would you like to take a look? Of course you would. Or is someone going to keep doing the same old pattern? Are they going to keep going back to things and continue to lose money? So I hope you found this video informative, as well as finding the quiet solution that I hope you've been looking for. So to see how myself and others are making this income grow, we're making this happen. This is real. If I sent you this video, please pop me an email to incomedriven@gmail.com and I get the company presentation out to you. Okay. I haven't put any links in the description below because I'm trying to help everyone. So if one of my members or somebody else has shown you this video and it wasn't me, please get back to them, ask them for the company presentation, because you've seen what's happened to me in 4 weeks. And I'm thrilled with it. To you it might not be a big deal, but for me that cash flow makes all the difference. And the last 4 weeks has changed everything because it's not stopping. They will get the company presentation out to you, and you're able to start straight away within that website. And I think you'd be very, very pleased. I don't put links in my videos now because I am trying to help everyone. So we're not looking to just get people on board. So give us your money, see you again. It's up to you. We really want to help you do that. So please feel free, if you wish to, you can use this video. You've got my permission. You can use this video to show others, if you wish, who are looking for their quiet solution. They're looking for something they can sit at home quietly and do it themselves, and it's going to be a solution for them. So I have a bonus, a personal bonus from me. Now, I've got a database that I got a little while ago. I've had it over a few years, but I went back into it a little while ago, and all my leads are still there. And it's opportunity seekers. It's people who are looking for a business opportunity. So anybody as a bonus that come and enrolls with me, and they're going to get 500 names and addresses. They're what they call double opt-in names, which means someone's opted in twice legally. Therefore, we could use those names because there is a data protection thing now. So these are names we can use. So you'll get names, email addresses, cities, and the countries. Predominantly they're in America, Canada, some in Australia, and some in the UK. But these people, like yourselves, like me, be looking for a business opportunity. Now, have we got a solution? Absolutely we have. So I'd like to thank you very much for watching, and I look forward to hearing from you soon. And remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel and you'll get the next video. So I really appreciate your time today, and speak to you soon. Bye-bye.